Yo, what up, fam? So I've been thinking about making this video for a while. My experience with Beatstars has been all over the place. I was rocking with them for a bit, but as of now, man, I just think they're real shady in terms of the contracts and how they're representing artists. If you're a producer, I think it makes a lot of sense to sign up for BeatStars, sell beats on BeatStars. I mean, lots of people are making bank off of it. And me, myself, I'm a producer, but on the other side, I'm an artist. So I'll hear fire beats on YouTube. Every fucking guy on YouTube is selling through BeatStars, whether it's like through their own domain, so it makes it look like it's not BeatStars. At the end of the day, BeatStars has a fucking monopoly. I'm not saying that's all bad. I'm saying the way that the contracts are inherently set up is totally biased for the producer. And, it takes two people to make a song, more people than that, but at least two if you have an artist and a producer, right? You got to get the beat down, and then you got to get like the melodies and fucking the lyrics and all that shit. It takes two. It takes more than one. Please don't misconstrue this and say that I think that producers deserve less, because I'm a fucking producer myself, so why the hell would I say that? What I'm saying is the contracts, the way that they're set up, it's not in your best favor if you're an artist. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the options. For those of you who don't know, if you're not a part of BeatStars, it's a place where you can lease out a beat, which means that other people can still use the beat, same beat that you're using, or you could buy exclusive rights to it. Not all producers do this, and if they do, it's, you're looking at anywhere from 1,000 to several thousand to people have said 10,000 to me before when I've asked for exclusive beats, which is crazy. It's a business at the end of the day. So if producers are making lots of money, selling leases, which go from anywhere from like 25 to highest I've seen is 200 or 300, then it makes sense for them. Because if they're gonna sell a whole bunch of leases, then why not make as much money as you can off the leases instead of selling one exclusive? Yeah, so it makes sense. I get it. Like, I understand the producer's mindset. I'm just saying I don't agree with BeatStars and how they're set up, essentially. The different tiers you generally have are an untagged MP3 lease. This is like the most basic version that you can buy from BeatStars. Generally, this is like 25 bucks, and they'll have, most producers have like that buy one, get one free type deal. Under the MP3 lease, you just get an untagged MP3, and the producer still has the right to the instrumental. You can use it for tracks, albums, etc. And after you buy it, the beat will remain on sale. The same goes for the next tier, which is the untagged wave lease. The only difference that would be is that you get a wave instead of an MP3. It's good. It's better quality, so your song's going to sound better at the end of the day. I would say that if you're going to do a lease and you want your mix to sound professional, you should go for the track out lease or the unlimited lease. The track out lease, if you don't plan on getting a lot of streams on it, then I would say go that way. Your best bet is to go for the highest tier lease, which is the unlimited lease. There's no limits to how many copies you could distribute. You can do videos on it, no limits to streams. So it's about as close as you can get to an exclusive without actually having an exclusive. There are still certain things you can't do, and we'll get into that. So that's why always read the contract, man. Before you sign, before you buy anything, read the contract. So let's get into that contract then. So this is just the default contract from BeatStars, right? When you sign up for BeatStars as a producer and you just kind of click next, next, next through all the steps, this is what your contracts will look like. Keep that in mind. You'll see why this is pretty messed up the way they have it set up. Okay, we're looking at ownership. So the producer is and shall remain the sole owner and holder of all rights, with all title and interest in the beats, including all including all copyrights to and in the sound recording and the underlying musical compositions written and composed by producer. Nothing contained herein shall constitute blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is saying you can't copyright the song because you don't own the beat. This is if you go and get a lease. Any of those leases I was talking about. The MP3, track out, wave, unlimited lease, any of those, this is for the leases. So it's saying you cannot copyright the song because the producer owns the beat and the beat is part of the song. So keep that in mind. If you're planning on copywriting your song, which I can make another video about This is definitely not the way to do it. You'll get yourself in lots of legal trouble. And part B, for the avoidance of doubt, you do not own the master or the sound recording rights in the new song. You have been licensed the rights to use the beat in the new song. Right off the bat, that might confuse some of y'all. Confuses me too, man. It's like I made this song and you're saying I don't own it? Like I don't own the master? What the fuck is that? It gets worse, y'all. With respect to the publishing rights and ownership of the underlying composition embodied in the new song, the licensee, so the licensee would be us since we're receiving the license. The licensor would be the producer since they're giving us the license, shall be split between them as follows. So the licensee, which is you, the person buying the beat, owns 50% of the writer's share. The producer owns 50% of the writer's share. So this is songwriting, songwriting royalties. When you go to register your song with a performing rights organization, which I recommend ASCAP. There's also BMI. If you're international, there's other companies that handle it. I don't think it's ASCAP or BMI, but the one I use is ASCAP. Moving on. So essentially what that means, songwriting royalties, right? So in the contract it says you get 50%, the producer gets 50%. Some of y'all are thinking, but motherfucker did not write any of the song. Why does he get 50% right off the bat just from me buying the beat? They did write, compose the elements to the beat. Composing counts as writing. I think that's fair. I don't have a problem with that. That's pretty standard to have to split it between a songwriter and a producer right there. But this next part that we're getting into, this is the part I have a real problem with, and it's why I even made the whole damn video. Okay, so in regards to publishing, the producer shall own, control, and administer 100% of the so-called publisher's share of the underlying composition. If you want to fuck yourself, this is how you do it. Buy any of the leases from Beatstars, make a hit record, boom, you just fucked yourself. Because you know what that means? The producer owns 100% of your publishing. How do I even explain this? Basically, publishing, you could think of it as get placements in TV and film and commercials and radio play and all that type of shit. Guess what? It's all going to the producer. Congratulations. That is so fucked up. This is the way that it's set up from the get-go, right? This is how the contract is set up out of the box. You do have the option to change it, but a lot of producers are just uploading their beats on YouTube, making a Beatstars, clicking all the way through the instructions and shit like that, and not customizing it. And this is messed up, man, because a lot of young artists who don't know shit about the music industry are gonna really screw themselves up by buying these types of beats and getting in these types of agreements. It's really messed up, and Beatstars should know better and treat artists better, because y'all obviously care a fuckload about the producer, but not about the artists who are bringing revenue and business to Beatstars. It's really backwards to me. I don't understand it. And I think it's an easy fix, man. Easy as not giving any default contract or default template and having producers put in all of the information on their own. It might be a little more confusing, but I'm sure y'all can, design like, I don't know. Y'all are the fucking web developers and shit. Y'all handle that, but I'm just saying, let producers choose from the get-go. Don't just give them this default template, because that's what loses them business, man. I had heard several songs on YouTube, several beats on YouTube. I was like, these are tight, man. I wrote in the span of 2 days, I wrote 6 or 7 songs to some different beats by this one producer. Of course, rookie mistake, man. Making a song before you know how you're gonna get the beat, if the deal is legitimate. Beatstars, as it is right now, is set up in a way that if you get a hit off a Beatstars beat, you're gonna have to buy the exclusive. That's the only way you'll get all the rights to everything. But you want to protect yourself too, because in my mind, man, I'm thinking every fucking song I put out is gonna be a hit. So I want to have as much ownership as I can over my songs, but I also want to be able to collaborate with different producers. Bro, I make a lot of my own beats, and sometimes I just can't rap over them. I want to be able to use the beats off Beatstars, But these contracts are crazy, dude. Please do not buy these beats if you look at the contract and the producer gets all of your publishing. That's backwards. It's set up in a way that's designed to make you have to pay for an exclusive beat if you think the song's gonna be a hit. And like I was saying, you wanna have as much control over your beats as you can, and Beatstars is not the way. I think what you can do is find producers on Beatstars, connect with them, and do the deal outside of Beatstars, or ask the producer, hey, would you mind cutting your publishing down for this, because it doesn't make sense for me. All right, guys, sorry, it's just a little rant I wanted to get off my chest. Be careful. I'm looking out for y'all. Look out for yourselves. As artists and producers, let's link and do better. All right, we don't need these big companies to make hits. Remember that.